Yeah.
It's DJ Swerve in the building. Very special guest right now.
That party last night. Yeah.
He goes by the name of Mr. Asher Roth.
That party last night. Man, we had fun last night, though, man. London's been treating me pretty well. I'm not gonna lie.
So first question then, what happened last night?
Well, we kept it fairly, we didn't misbehave too bad. We just consumed a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
I am
responsible drinking.
I am of age, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I am of age, and I encourage everybody to be very responsible when you drink. I was just celebrating life last night, being here in the UK for the first time, man. So
yeah, that was going to be my next question. It was like, have you been to the UK before?
No, this is my first time. A lot of firsts in this journey.
Okay.
But no, having a ball, it's great over here, man. And UK pays so much respect to the USA scene that it's imperative for me to come and pay respect to the UK scene.
I mean, your internet game is quite tight anyway, so it's not like back in the day where you come over and you might be like a kind of a relatively new artist,
for sure.
And you really having to break because there are people that know about you already.
Absolutely. I mean, it's interesting, man. But we actually have built, it's safe to say, kind of a grassroots movement on this off the internet, and that's where it is nowadays. It's a very digital information era,
Number one downloaded mixtape.
Crazy.
Break that down for people that may not be
the
up
Greenhouse Effect. If you don't have it, I think it's time that we get you on the dailykush.com or even just on Google and download that for free. It's just you're giving it away, and it's just kind of me rapping over some rap beats. It's not anything like the album. The album is very musical, very song oriented. However, the mixtape is just kicking some verses and freestyling in the basement, man. Just having a good time.
I think you're playing yourself down a little bit because I was refreshing. I was reminding myself today before there's some very nice bits on there.
There's some stuff on there. There's definitely some stuff, but I mean the whole vibe of the mixtape is very just fun. But there's also a message. It ends it on that whole John Mayer tip about changing the world and stuff, and that's really where it starts to move into the LP and the album itself, because it's really about delivering a message rather than just being like, oh, I'm the best. You know what I mean? I'm not like. That's not my steez.
Something that I picked up on recently, there seems to be a lot of artists, whether they are new ones or established ones, that are deliberately now doing mixtapes that are going to be like free, because obviously a few years ago there was still the hustle with like pressing up the mixtapes and selling them, but now was there a particular reason why you guys decided, obviously with Don Cannon and with Drama, that you were gonna? Was it always going to be free from the start?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Right from the start, it was essentially with the internet. You can do that. You're allowed to do that. It's there's no censorship either, so you can just go. But when presenting a new artist and in the presentation itself, it's kind of like you can't hit somebody right off the. You have to ease your way into it. So the mixtape was just like, a little flirting. You got. It's like macking on a girl. Gotta lay some groundwork first. You can't just go all in.
Let's go into you going over like one of the pretty much the biggest beat of last year.
Yeah, this was the biggest beat.
Not bang.
This was the biggest beat.
Asher, stick around. We've got a lot more to talk about, man. All right. It's DJ Swerve on Kiss. We have him in the building still. Mr. Asher Roth.
Yes, y'all.
So there you were, killing a milli.
Yeah, man, I was just introduced. I mean, for me, and I'm 23 years old, so I was raised, started listening to hip-hop around 13. Yeah. And I got to a point where a lot of the hip-hop that I was raised off of was all bling and money. So that was really just 10 years of just venting. And I don't think there couldn't have been a more perfect song to do it on, considering that song etched its way as a piece of pop culture almost. It was pretty unbelievable. I mean, they won a Grammy, so
So going back to your story, because it is quite fascinating, and it is kind of a testament to the modern era. Signed off MySpace, which is pretty much the dream for pretty much
it's
every.
It's like winning the lottery, man. It really is. It's like, and we're gonna pick you. So it's like, oh, word, all right. And even when I signed the deal, I was just like, man, what did I just do? Like, it was really intimidating because I was taking a hobby and turning it into a job, and something where it's like, a lot of people are gonna be hearing now, but you have to keep that same mentality you had when nobody was listening, and that's how it's not going to feel manufactured, and it's going to be very much presenting yourself. So it's dope, man. It's definitely a mind game. A lot of people can pretty much really go left and lose themselves, but for me, it's just like, screw it, man. Let's just have a good time, enjoy it, be myself, and I think people will enjoy just being that it's genuine.
And how long were you rhyming before this point?
I started messing around. I mean, my parents would tell you that I was rhyming when I was like 11 or 12. I didn't really, start doing something cognizant of rhyming till I was probably about 16 or 17 years old. And I started in the basement with my buddy, just making a CD. We were writing songs, man. That's really how it started. It was just like we were rapping, but at the same sense, we were writing complete songs and doing stuff, you know, that were kind of conceptual for the most part, and just downloading beats off MP3.com and stuff like that, you know. So you know, it's come a long way from that, but it's still honestly the same exact formula. Like when we created that CD in senior year of high school, I seriously followed that same vibe for my major label debut, you know. So it's been a ball. It's and it only just began. So I'm really excited.
And so sign off MySpace, and then 150 bars to
Mr. Sean Carter.
Yeah, Mr.
You know,
Jay-Z.
You know, it was that was really interesting, especially coming from, you know, Pennsylvania, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, in Wayne's World, where they're just like talking, like, oh, we're in Delaware. Yeah, we're in Delaware. There's nothing going on in Delaware, but no, it's like it's kind of the same tip. So going from, you know, Morrisville, Pennsylvania into Jay-Z's office was quite the transformation.
Sitting up or standing down? I'm just trying to
I was standing up. I had moccasins on. I had a thermal with a stain on it and a shirt and a blue shirt underneath. I do remember what I was wearing.
Jay sitting down, standing up.
Jay was standing up with his arms crossed.
Wow.
He was.
Ice grilling?
I think he was definitely ice grilling. And then he sat down after, and then, you know. So the whole thing, it was cool, man, and it was definitely an experience I'll never forget.
Nervous?
I wasn't.
Nervous?
I really wasn't. I was shocked. Because looking back, it was totally a different experience than when you're just in the moment, you're just in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then looking back, you're just like, whoa, I just rapped for Jay-Z. You know what I mean? That's pretty.
What'd he say?
He was like, "You nice, man. You nice." You know, and it was cool. I mean, I have a lot of respect for Jay. He was the first hip hop album that I bought, so that whole experience for me was pretty dope. But you know, we found a home with Steve Rifkin over at SRC and my man Scooter and everything like that. So we're enjoying ourselves, man. We're just keeping it.
Let's pick up that trail. Right after this, we got to pay some bills. Coming back though, Asher Roth, and you know you're gonna spray some bars for us real soon. All right, cool, man.
DJ Swerve.